Welcome to the Undisputed podcast. I'm your host, Joy Taylor. On today's show, the Yankees advanced to the ALCS despite Aaron Judge's struggles. Can the young star break out of his slump? Plus, the NBA regular season hasn't started yet, but there's already plenty of drama with LeBron's Cavaliers. And should the Giants break the bank to keep Odell Beckham Jr. in New York? Skip, Shannon, let's get to it. The Yankees beat the Indians last night to move on to the ALCS. We're joined by Aaron Judge fanatic Rob Parker.
What? Yeah. I'm a reporter.
I'm not
a fanatic.
Wait,
you're the guy who said he's going to go beyond Derek Jeter, right? But go ahead.
Well, there's still time.
There's time. It's early. It's early.
Now, hold on. He was 1 for 20 with 16 strikeouts.
Not good.
In the series.
Oh, not good.
Well, were you surprised the Yankees were able to win the series in spite of Judge?
Yes. I'm not surprised, to be honest. I got to say that from this standpoint. The Yankees team is more than just Aaron Judge. We must admit, his start helped them get to the postseason because they're a year ahead of where they're supposed to.
Correct.
Most people did not pick the Yankees to even make the playoffs this year. So his start where he was like leading, he was in an all Triple Crown categories at the All-Star break. Right, yeah. And nobody had ever done that.
Yeah.
So
then he slumped, and then he caught
and
fire
in September.
Yeah.
And don't forget, in his first playoff game, he hit a home run or whatever. But this is really, there was two things working here. There were a lot of strikeouts. There were actually 31 strikeouts in the game. It set an all-time record for strikeouts in a series. The league at whole set an all-time record in strikeouts. It's a part of the game. Set a record for all-time home runs and all-time strikeouts. Strikeouts aren't looked upon as bad as they used to. It used to be a thing where strikeouts were really bad because you didn't move runners along, you didn't do things. And now it's not looked upon it the same way. I'm not making any excuses. He has to do better. Umpires didn't help him out. There were a lot of calls off the plate. I know he's a big guy. It's hard if you're giving the pitcher those pitches off the plate. You know what I mean? So I think he had some of that. But I'm not concerned. I think that they weathered the storm because the Yankees are still built off of their bullpen. That's what got them to where they are. That's what's going to get them to the World Series. When you could shut down, look at what they did to that Indians team. I mean, it's unbelievable. And the biggest play in that game was when Robertson came in, right, first and third after the 4 straight singles given up by CeCe, and get the double play on Lindor. That was the game right there.
I think CeCe knew it was because
he went crazy in the dugout. He knew it.
I've never seen that much emotion from CeCe during a game.
Right. Yeah. So fans have the right to be disappointed on how poorly he played with all of those strikeouts, not even putting the ball in play.
Right.
So, but I don't think you should be totally down on Judge. He can bounce back. We've seen it. If he has a great ALCS, people will forget about it because the team was able to move on. He's got to do much better. He doesn't have to be great, but better.
I am a little surprised because not only was Judge not hitting, but a lot of guys weren't hitting. Gregorius was the only one that was really hitting. So when you look at it like that, but like you said, Rob, the bullpen, when you come in and go 8 2/3, 0 runs, 2 hits, 15 strikeouts, well, if you don't let the other team hit, if you get a timely hit here or there,
that's all you need.
You can win the series.
By the way, Gregorius hit 235 for the 5 games, just for the record. But he had some key hits.
Right,
and timely hits.
Wasn't he 1 for 14 coming into or something? So he didn't hit the whole series, but he got 2 big home runs.
And that's what you need. And Judge, I mean, with Judge in Game 3, he had the
big
timely
double
hit, but he can't be striking out. I mean, this is ridiculous.
No,
I mean, Skip, he set a record for 3 games with 4 strikeouts. He now holds the record in his first playoffs for the most 4 strikeout in Major League history.
In his career, in a career. Like he did it in one 5-game series. So he had 3, 4 strikeouts. No one else has ever
done it, ever.
Ever.
But do you know who, it's funny, who has the all-time most strikeouts in the postseason? Obviously, you got to play a lot, but who do you think it is? Derek Jeter. 135 all time.
Well, hadn't he played the most?
Yeah,
but he played
200 games.
No, I'm saying he played a lot of games.
So let's just say, for the sake of argument, he played as many games as Derek Jeter. Dude might have 1,000 strikeouts. How you get robbed? 16 strikeouts in 5 games?
Oh, it's ridiculous.
So what happens if he goes 7 against the Astros? So you add another 4. So you talk about 24 strikeouts, and then you throw in another 7 games to make the world.
But you would think.
Come on, Rob.
The other part, too, is, and Skip, you notice, a lot of sluggers and stars struggle in the postseason.
They do.
Barry Bonds struggled.
A-Rod definitely
A-Rod struggled for a long stretch right until that 2009 playoffs when they won the World Series. So it's more common than not.
Babe Ruth and Mickey Mantle, not so much. Yeah. But
no.
Go ahead. Yeah, just for the record.
And Big Papi.
Yeah, Big
right?
Papi. Ooh.
Big Papi.
But maybe all-time. Yeah.
Maybe the key to this series is when they battered Kluber in Game 2.
Oh.
He beat the best they had to offer. They knocked him out early. I think it gave them confidence because they could have easily
coming into Game 5.
He could have easily gone in head after being up 8-3 and lose that ball game.
So my takeaway from last night was that everybody's like Rob Parker in that the world wants Aaron Judge to be great.
Yes.
Because he had stretches of greatness during his rookie year. And yet he did lead all of baseball in strikeouts, and he did set, during the regular season, the consecutive game strikeout streak of 37 straight games with a strikeout.
Might break it next year.
He might break it next year. So it was amusing to me that this became just a swept under the carpet little subplot to the game. It wasn't made a big deal of, that he is he's shattering all-time strikeout records because the Yankees improbably have become, believe it or not, lovable underdogs.
Right.
Everybody loves the underdog Yankees. I've never seen anything like this.
It. I agree with you.
It used to be the evil empire.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. They were the evil empire. They were the Bronx Bombers, you know? I mean, when I was growing up, they were the mighty Yankees.
Yes.
I lost track. You probably know because you're a Yankee fan.
I'm not a Yankee fan. Would you stop?
You grew up a Mets fan, but
I'm a reporter.
Thank you.
You have jumped bandwagons onto this one, and it's mostly because of this kid. And there's a lot to like about him. His personality. You've gone in. He's biracial. He's got the whole package. And he says all the right things, but he's not doing the right things when the lights are brightest, because the other stat that just blew me away was only 8% of the balls he swung at went into play. So of all the swings he made over the 5 games, only 8% of the time the ball go fair. You know, like that's unbelievably bad.
No, it was bad, and I'm not making excuses for him because, you know, that performance, that many without putting the ball in play or even hitting a fly ball, or I know he grounded out once or twice or something, but
he comes up the 5th time last night, and I'm like closing my eyes, and he hits a little nubber up the third
Thank God
base
that he didn't strike out again. I know.
Just bunt. Try anything.
But I think. Like the Yankees bailed out Girardi, because the Yankees lost that series, it would all be about how Girardi killed him.
He might have lost his job.
Maybe. He might have. He doesn't have a contract for next year. Yeah. And then the same thing. Had the Yankees lost, then all the focus would be on how Judge stunk it up and didn't perform or whatever. And you get bailed out, and he got bailed out, and Girardi got bailed out, and you move to the next round. I don't expect him to be this bad against Houston. I think he'll look at the tape. Look at those, stay away from those pitches that they threw, way away from him. He swung at a lot of balls and balls that.
You mean tell me there's a possibility he could be worse than what he was in this series?
No, I don't believe that.
Well, he was 0-50. So I guess he can go 0 for 0.
I don't believe that. I think that he'll make an adjustment the same way he made an adjustment. You know what I mean? After he had that bad stretch in the summer, he did make an adjustment and came back strong and finished strong. So now he still has a chance. His team bailed him out. He has a big ALCS.
So as much as I find myself rooting for the Yankees, I do feel sorry for the Indians because they broke the American League record late in the year with 22 in a row. Obviously, they had a 3-1 lead in the World Series over the Cubs with a Game 7 at home last year.
With Kluber on the mound.
Yeah, and then you look at what just happened. Kluber just came up small in 2 games against the Yankees, and they tried to bring back Trevor Bauer in short rest. Not a good idea.
Bad idea.
Andrew Miller threw 1 bad pitch to Greg Bird, and it was 1-0, right?
Yep.
And then they make 7 errors in the last 2 games, a team that had the 3rd fewest errors in all of baseball. And then they make 2 errors in the 9th inning that gives
an extra run,
2 runs. You know, gave him a cushion because when Aroldis is on, I'm closing my eyes, man. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah. You never know.
So it was official last night. The Indians.
Let's go. Go ahead.
Yeah.
The Indians became the Bacote, biggest chokers of all time.
Really?
And that goes back to last year and this year. They were up 3-1 last year and up 2-0. And
that's what they get for making fun of Aaron Judge. All set. All go home.
They did.
Yeah.
But I don't know about
the Falcons.
Huh?
I thought that was the Falcons.
They're up there too. But I'm they're up there too for 1 year.
They're just the baseball biggest chokers of all time?
That's right, the baseball version.
Game 1 of the ALCS is tomorrow night at 7 Eastern here on FS1. Rob, thanks for joining us.
No mercy.
Shannon Sharpe here. And before the show moves along, I wanted to tell you about a great new way to look good. Bombfell. Bombfell is an easier way for men to get better clothes. You complete a simple questionnaire, and then you're matched with a one-on-one personal stylist. Bombfell never charges above retail price and offers free shipping and returns. We all know what a pain it is to go shopping. Fighting the traffic and the parking at the mall? No way. Bombfell makes it possible to not shop and still look great. It's fully personalized. Your stylist will email you their selections, and then you make any changes you want. You can pause or cancel at any time. Here's how simple Bombfell makes it to look good. You sign up, tell us what clothes you want, your stylist will put together your clothing picks in an email. Cancel or change any selections you don't like. If you like what you see, Bombfell will ship your clothes within 48 hours. And we have a special offer for listeners of this podcast. Go to bombfell.com/undisputed and you will get $25 off your first purchase. That's Bombfell, BOMBFELL.com/undisputed for $25 off your first purchase. Bombfell, open and close.
No mercy.
Tom Brady was limited in practice yesterday with a sprain in his non-throwing shoulder. Brady missed practice on Tuesday, but said he will play Sunday in a first-place showdown with the Jets. Brady added, quote, "I'm good, not worried about it." First-place Jets. Who'd have thunk it?
Yeah.
We're joined by Charlie
What do you
Weiss,
think the odds would have been on that one?
who was Brady's offensive coordinator for 3 Super Bowl titles. Charlie, how concerned are you about Brady's shoulder?
I'm concerned with the number of hits that he's. It's not just. I'm not concerned so much. If he says his shoulder's good to go, then the shoulder's good to go.
Right.
But I mean, he's been getting hit a lot. I go and do their games on Sunday. I do a pre and post game show for the games, and then you're watching the game. Now you're studying the game. You're not just watching it anymore. And he's taking a beating. So I mean, I know we've had the big subject of how long is he going to last and how long can he play. I don't think his talent is the question. Okay, but how many hits can you take like that? And it's nothing like last year. I watched the game. I think he's been sacked more this year than he did all last year. So I mean, you only can take so many hits, I believe.
He's tied for 4th most hits this year. Last year he was 26. They should be concerned. And Charlie, you know this. When you have an injury to your upper body, what you try to do is do everything you can not to land on that shoulder. It's his non-throwing shoulder, so he doesn't want to land on that shoulder. But in the process, you saying, well, Tom, you need to land on your right shoulder. Well, that's his throwing arm. So he's in a very tough position. Basically, you're going to say, hey, offensive line, you need to do a better job of protecting him. As a defense, I'm coming to get him. I want Tom Brady to pick himself up off the ground as many times as possible. I want him to drag that 40-year-old body out from under 2 of those defenders as many times as possible. And Skip, if I get a chance, I might be willing to give up a big play to get a nice, clean, solid hit on Tom Brady. I want him to feel my presence.
Would you give up a 15-yard flag?
Yes.
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 I'll translate from my view of what Shannon's saying. I really think that the Jets would be an error. It would make an error if they didn't go after him.
Yes.
I think that the only chance that I think that they have in the game to beat him would be to knock him out, and then you still don't know what would happen if the other guy came in. But if Tommy weren't healthy, they would play the other guy.
Yeah.
I think that they have enough confidence in the other guys, so that's not the case. So if he says he's ready to go, he is. But I do agree with you. Anyone who's played sports, in your case, or been around the sport and seen it through the player's eyes, which is what my reputation has, always that I could always see it through their eyes, even though I wasn't a legitimate player. When you're trying to compensate for an injury, something else, is exposed.
Yep.
And I think that because in this case the right shoulder would be what would be exposed, that'd be an area of concern.
I'd rather the left shoulder than the right shoulder. I mean, that'd be even worse. But I get what you're saying.
The 2 games they've lost, what did the teams do? Kansas City and Carolina, they got the Tom.
To Coach's first point, on talent, I think Tom Brady is playing at as high a level as he's ever played at in his career. What he's doing is extraordinary. What he did at New Orleans, what he did even against Carolina, every game, he's extraordinary. And he knows he's having to cover for, make up for, a shockingly bad defense up through 5 games. Even against Tampa the other night, they held him to 14. That was progress. But Jameis threw for 225 in the fourth quarter, and it got hairy. And Tom's going to have to try some things that he might not ordinarily try.
It isn't just the defense he's got to compensate for. It's the Gronk not being at 100%. Right.
No,
it's, Edelman's gone. I mean, you're trying to fit all the pieces in, and he always finds a way to do it. Defines a way. Okay, how are we gonna manufacture? Now all of a sudden the running backs are starting to get a little bit more involved, which they have some depth at running back, which is not a bad idea. But somewhere along the line, when your defense, they finally played better last week, which was a good sign for the Patriots. In the big picture, but in the grand scheme of things, he can't be compensating for everybody. You can't compensate for the defense and for your lack of players
they got a new
at the
running
offensive
back
skill.
In Gillislee, who missed a big blitz pickup, which got him rocked, and it's just new. Everything's new. And then Stephon Gilmore, I guess he played a little better the other night when they just said, "Here, you take Mike Evans." But in the fourth quarter, that wasn't working so well.
Yeah, see, that's the problem when a player comes in from a system where you got him and you got him.
Yeah.
I think that all players that come into New England end up translating and converting and end up figuring it out. But right now, combo coverages is certainly not his strength. No. And I think that's been one of the problems. I think that, I don't think that it's going to be you just cover him and you cover him is the way. He's not going to have his cake and eat it too. He's going to learn combo coverages, or else he's not going to play. That's just the way it's going to end up being.
So, Coach, knowing what you know of Coach Belichick, does he have enough talent on defense to figure this out and make it a Super Bowl quality defense? Because it's so far from that right now. It's laughable.
You bring up Gilmore. My concern is not the secondary. I think that I think between the corners and the safety, my concern is they don't get any pressure on the quarterback. That's my concern. And in all the years of watching the Patriots, there was always heat on the quarterback. There was always that guy that would get heat on the quarterback, and I don't see that heat coming.
But see, Charlie, it's hard, and to these D linemen credit, it's hard to get pressure on the quarterback when you go in straight down the numbers. Because Coach Belichick don't like you getting on the edges because he don't want to give the quarterback lanes. So he makes you go right down there. Because think about Chris Long. Chris Long won a Super Bowl. Played well. He played well for what they were asking him to do. But he says, I need to feel like I'm a football player. It's hard to play. It's hard to play like that. And you mentioned Gilmore. If you sign a free agent and you play him top dollar, you better be willing to use him like they used him where he came from. Because if you don't, you're asking for trouble. And if you look at when they got Darrelle Revis, they played a lot more man coverage because that's what he was good at.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not as much man coverage as in roll away from him.
Right.
Okay, which turns it into a man coverage. Right. Like there's coverages, people don't understand the coverages in the game, but like one of the coverages in New England would be 3 stick the X, which is mean they're playing cover 3 with everyone but him. Yeah. He's just sticking the X.
Right.
That he's got a man-to-man.
Right.
So I think that, yes, they could play some coverages like that, but when you're basically a 2-cover team, when they're a cover 2 team, well, then zone is zone. I mean, there's no you got him, you got him. It's cover 2 is cover 2.
Yeah, he come from that scheme where they got that cat football. You got that cat, I got this cat, and let's go play. But Coach Belichick is that, we cover 2. We might throw a little quarters in here. We might we might kick it. And he's like, and that's why you see Tyreek here run the out and up. They're supposed to be in quarters. He thinking they're in cover 2, and McCourty's looking at him like, bro, that's your guy.
I've seen all too often. They're looking at each other like.
And that's not a good thing either. When players start looking at each other on the field like, what the hell happened? That's never a good sign.
So Charlie, gut feeling, is this a Super Bowl team?
I still think they're one of the best teams in the AFC. Are they playing as good as the Kansas City Chiefs right now? No. Okay, but let's ask you this question. who could beat the Kansas City Chiefs right now? Who would be the team in the NFC that you think could beat them?
Probably New England.
And I think the best chance of anyone right now would be New England. Mm-hmm. So based off of that, if they're the one team that could beat them, then you have to say that they're still a legitimate contender.
Don't bet against Tom in the playoffs.
No.
And I'll remind you, on opening Thursday night, it was 27-21 New England going to the fourth quarter, and then a whole bunch of bad stuff happened.
Yeah, and I agree with that comment and Shannon's comment. Like, how can you bet against 12 in a playoff game? I just can't imagine it. I can't imagine doing it.
No, but it will be really interesting this week since the AFC East is so tight for some weird reason.
Jets playing for first place.
I said to a friend of mine the other day, I said, what are the odds you would have gotten before the year? It's only 5 weeks in to say that the Jets, the Bills, and the Patriots would be tied for first place in the AFC. Like, what kind of odds? You probably would have gotten 1,000,000 to 1 odds on something.
Yep.
Very good.
No mercy.
Odell Beckham Jr. is out for the season after fracturing his ankle Sunday. During the summer, Odell said he wanted to be the NFL's highest paid player, and apparently he has a friend in the league who agrees with him. Von Miller said he should be the highest paid player ever, regardless of position. That's just the type of player he is, the type of impact that he has on the globe, the type of viewers that he brings. That makes up for him not playing quarterback. So he's a once-in-a-lifetime player, definitely deserving. Our next guest is a 4-time Pro Bowler and All-Pro cornerback during his 11-year NFL career. He's played for the Chargers, Jets, Cardinals, and most recently the Colts last season. Antonio Cromartie, welcome back to Undisputed.
Oh, thank you.
How much is Odell worth?
Being the highest paid NFL player.
Seriously?
Seriously.
The highest paid?
Why not? He brings a global. All right, so look at this. Let me give you some skill. NFL want to move global. Am I correct? He has that global thing. I mean, he can go to Germany and shut down.
You're just talking about as a brand?
It's a brand. And the NFL is all about the brand. Mm-hmm. So why not pay him as being the highest paid player and let him continue to bring that global brand for the NFL? Why not? I mean, you got a guy still. I mean, he had 310 yards in this season where he got hurt, but he's still averaging over 1,100 yards over 4 seasons, and he haven't even completed this season. So what do you want with 30 touchdowns?
If I have Antonio Cromartie in his prime, I can put him on Odell, and I'll probably be okay in that game. I'll probably win that game. You can have him the whole game, man to man.
Skip. That's prime, yes. But I'm just saying, you got to look at this. What he brings to the game, what he did for the Giants, and when he's not playing, how the offense look, and when he is playing, how the offense look.
But
they look pretty bad both times.
But the results are the same.
They're losing, but they still have a chance with Odell. He changes the game. He don't just draw double teams, draw triple teams.
But he doesn't change it enough.
Yes,
Can he change it like the quarterback can? There are days when you just can't stop Tom Brady because he's just too good at what he does.
There's days, just put your hands on the receiver. The receivers get too many free releases. You can't say that.
Yeah, but I've seen him take little Edelmans and little Amendolas, and he'll still beat you because he's just too good at what he does.
It's all about the system.
Well, it's his system. He created it.
It's all about his system.
Yeah.
I believe that Odell should be the highest paid receiver, and he will. Now, he doesn't have the leverage that he once had because guess what? He's coming off a broken ankle.
Yep.
So they're going to say, okay, Odell. Now, DeAndre Hopkins got 5 years, $81 million, $49 guaranteed. Antonio Brown got 4 years, $68, $19, but he was also had a couple of years left on his contract. Skippy broke his ankle. Now, they say, now, look here, this is what we'll offer you. Now, you can go play this 5th-year option. You know what happened in year 4. Is that you want to run the risk? Do you want to run that risk, Odell? You think Odell wants to take another risk and not have $30 million, $40 million guaranteed in his pocket? Or does he want to try and play it out again? Now, the Giants have all the leverage. They really do because they still got that 5th-year option that they put on him. They can make him play under that. So he doesn't have the leverage that he once had. Do I think he should be the highest paid receiver? Absolutely, because DeAndre Hopkins just got paid. He's the next receiver up in line, and guess what? There's going to be another receiver, Mike Evans, that's going to come behind him, and he'll be the highest paid. That's just the way it works. It's not like basketball. It's not like baseball, Skip, where you get paid according to your worth. In football, you're slotted. This is what a left tackle get. This is what the quarterback gets. This is what a running back, receiver. That's just the way it is. Now, if you want to go back, this is an argument for another day. You want to change the system and say, play somebody to value. But right now, they pay you according to the position you play. And the position that he plays is a wide receiver. He should be the highest paid because he's the next one to come up for a contract. But as far as being the highest paid, higher than a quarterback or a defensive lineman, nah.
I mean, at one point in time, wasn't Calvin Johnson the highest paid player?
Yeah.
But he wouldn't be on quarterbacks.
Yeah. It was behind. It was probably only one quarterback that was in front of him at that point in time.
So
yeah,
we can't. Odell Beckham is a one-of-a-kind player. He brings something to the table that no other player in the NFL has brought, and that's a global brand. He can go anywhere in the country and bring that NFL brand and that global and his brand along with that, and make everything. This is what the NFL wants. You need a player that can have a global brand, and he has that.
Okay, but the global brand will win you no games. The position he plays has limited impact on the outcome of the football game.
Oh, it has a huge impact.
It does. It has limited. Look what he is. He's 21-26 in the National Football League. That's his record.
That's why it's called a team sport.
Okay, but is he a leader of the football team? Because I always tell you, Michael Irving to me was the greatest receiver ever because he was also the driving force of a team that should have won 4 or 5 straight Super Bowls. He was the drive. And I get off the field, he could be a nightmare. But on the field, when it was time to play and perform, he was the guy that you want in your foxhole leading you in Washington and New York and Philly when it's cold, because he was the leader and the spokesman for the entire football team. Is Odell the leader of the Giants? Well, he led the yacht club down to South Beach before they were going to go play a playoff game at Lambeau, and you're going to make him the highest, after that, you're going to make him the highest paid player in football?
You're talking about a bye week.
Okay. It wasn't a bye week. It was a short, it was a regular
short week. It was a short week.
No, it was just, I mean, so you go, it's just outrageous. And then you go up there, and on the first big 3rd and 6, you drop it. He hits you right in the hands. You're driving for what could have been the opening touchdown, and Eli, for once, has a hot hand like we've seen him have in the playoffs. And he hits Odell right in the hands, and he drops it. And that was kind of the end of the Giants in that playoff game, and they get blown out. And it had a lot to do with Odell not leading the team in the right direction. And you're saying that's the highest paid. I'm sorry, that's just insane.
He's going to be the highest paid player in the NFL.
He will not be.
He will be.
Actually, that's going to be Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins about to
possible.
Because think about it. Matthew Stafford got $92 million guaranteed. They could have had Kirk Cousins a couple of years ago, Skip. We were talking about it for $50 million guaranteed. Now you're about to have somebody's about to pay him double that because Washington bungled this so bad.
Okay, like, I got it. But
he's not. But Odell's not going to be the highest.
Odell made the greatest catch ever in a game on Sunday Night Football that they lost to a mediocre Cowboy team. Really? You lost the game. So, and the best show he puts on is in the pregame. It is. And I would pay to watch him in the pregame if that's what you're talking about.
How many picks did Eli throw that game?
Which game?
In that Dallas game. But how many picks did he throw?
Knowing Eli probably threw 3.
Stop, Skip.
Well, seriously.
But I'm just saying, you can't say that. He changed the game. He's averaging 14.1 a catch. That's the first time every single time he catch the ball.
Ask Crow Martin what he having. Ask Crow what he having for Thanksgiving.
Oh.
Crow, what you having for Thanksgiving?
I'm having a coon.
Yeah.
For Thanksgiving?
Don't nobody eat raccoon.
And bell peppers.
With some red pepper flakes on there. Oh, yeah. Make it real good.
Listen, I will try it.
Skip, you gonna try it?
But you gotta fly your sister out here. She's gotta make it fresh. I'm not doing the
What you mean? What you mean? Where do you get it?
Can't do it.
Do you go out and hunt it?
Oh yeah, you trap it.
The people trap it. All they want is the fur.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bray, you so Skip.
No mercy.
Ty Lue said LeBron James is, quote, pretty pissed off after aggravating his ankle injury during Tuesday's preseason game. LeBron's status is in doubt for the Cavs opener next week against the Celtics. Lue added, I'm not sure if we should be concerned or not. In more bad Cavs news, J.R. Smith said he is absolutely frustrated that he will be on the bench, with Dwayne Wade now taking his spot in the starting lineup. Shay, how concerned are you about the Cavs?
In the words of Florida Evans, damn, James. I knew it was going to happen.
That was good. You got that right.
I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Dang.
No more good times
We got
in Cleveland?
No, we ain't moving on up. Skip. I thought this was, I thought JR would be accepting of this role, but I understand why he isn't. Skip, he's been a very valuable contributor over the last 3 years.
Yeah.
He said, I've helped get 2-3 finals. I've won. We won one. And I've been a very, very valuable contributor. I play defense. I can shoot the three. I'm going to make clutch shots. And he's like, hold on. This guy comes in, and I know y'all good friends, LeBron. Y'all might be best friends.
Yeah.
But this is not him from 5 years ago. I'm a better player right now than what Dwayne Wade is. Tristan Thompson has reported that he's also frustrated and upset. We got enough problems, man. Money normally brings on problems. This ain't about money because they're going to make the same amount of money whether they're starting or coming off the bench. Now we got to deal with Isaiah talking crazy.
We're going to talk about that in a couple of minutes.
We got LeBron, we got Tristan and JR upset about their roles.
Chaos.
LeBron's ankle. I told you we might have lingering effects of that ankle injury.
Dissension. Love it.
Why would you, hold on, what is,
Smell it.
why would you say that? Why do you want dissension?
Why do I want decision in the Cleveland Cavaliers locker room?
You're a Spurs fan. They're in the West. So why, you know what?
I like to see you squirm.
Is there any lengths that you won't go to see something bad happen to LeBron?
Well, how about you with the Cowboys?
All I just told you was they weren't making the playoffs.
Yeah.
Isn't that what you always say? Skip. I hate to see you suffer.
You think I like the man, the very reason I'm sitting here is because of this man. You think I would want anything bad to happen to him?
Yes.
I would.
Yes, you would. So, yesterday, you assured me, you virtually guaranteed me that J.R. Smith, who once won Sixth Man of the Year, will be completely content to come off the bench. Because last year, J.R. became a very close friend of LeBron's.
Yeah.
So he thought, because he ain't as close as Dwayne is to LeBron. And so as soon as that deal went down, J.R. should have seen the writing on the locker room wall, because LeBron James is not going to force Dwayne Wade to come off the bench and play 15 minutes for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Doesn't work that way. And J.R. is probably having one of those welcome to the world moments where you're like, I thought LeBron loved me. I've had his back. I've defended him publicly so many times. No, he's not going to have your back. Not when it comes to Dwayne Wade. Nope. You, so to speak, got trumped by Dwayne Wade, right? And in the end, Tristan, I told you yesterday, he's got to be sitting there thinking, after all I've done for this team, wait, it sounds good, but I'm coming off the bench now? And wait, Kev is starting at the 5? Really? No. And I told you what's happening, that Tristan's better half now is whispering in his ear, honey, you don't come off the bench. Kardashians do not come off the bench. Am I right about that? That's what they don't. They don't come off the bench. So it's trouble because this is so predictable, and it's not going to sit well with either one of them going forward.
The mere fact that we're talking about a pro sports team and chaos that might be brewing at that locker room, and somehow we bring reality TV talking about a Kardashian.
But it's reality. It is. It's happening right before your very eyes.
I'm about to be out on the Cavs.
Really?
I'm about to be out on the Cavs. Because I told you I was out last year. I told you if Tristan didn't break up with her, I was going to be out. And he didn't. And that's probably why we didn't win the finals. Because there were like 3 or 4 games, like 3 games.
That's why?
Yeah, it was why. Did you see the way he played in the finals? 0 points, 2 points, and then he had a monster game, and then he no-showed again.
I saw the way LeBron didn't play down the stretch of game 3
32, 10, and 10.
See the last 5 possessions of that game?
You talking about one game. You're talking about possessions. Huh? How many possessions are there in a game? 100.
Well, you got a 4-point lead with 1.5 minutes left in the ball in the hands of the best player on the planet.
What should have closed then?
Huh?
Should have closed.
He lost his closer job that night because LeBron said, this is my house, this is my game.
He lost it when he went 0 for 7.
Yeah.
But I get JR's frustration. It would be hard. It would be really, really hard, Skip, for me to be, and I'm a heavy contributor. I can imagine them bringing in another tight end and say, well, Shannon, we're going to reduce your role. You're going to start coming off the bench. Now, All I know.
JR even went so far as to say, I thought I would get a chance to compete against him in the preseason games.
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah. If Mike would have done that to me, we'd have had to move some furniture, Joy.
Really?
Yeah, some furniture might have been moved upstairs.
Wow.
I'm not going to the bench.
Wow.
Well, hey, they're going to call a technical foul because we're going to have 6 men on the court.
Huh.
When they walk the starting lineup, at 2 guard from Marquette, also 2 guard.
From Savannah State?
No, from St. Bill, wherever JR went to St. Bill.
I thought you were going to introduce yourself.
I'm not coming off no bench. After I done what I did, and you think I'm finna come off the bench? Even when I went back to Denver, I said, okay, Mike, what do you envision? He said, well, tell me what you're thinking, 84. I said, I'm thinking I ain't coming off the bench. That's what you thinking that too? I'm glad we're in agreement. Now, granted, I didn't.
You told Mike Shannon what to do.
No, I didn't tell him what to do. He asked me. I said, well, I asked him. I said, well, Mike, how do you envision? He said, 84, tell me what you're thinking. I said, okay.
Yeah.
I still got my 55
So here's really why you should be out on the Cavaliers.
Why?
Your man, LeBron James. I want people to get this through their heads. Before the game the other night, it's the second to last preseason game, LeBron tells the media that if tonight were a real game, a regular season game, my ankle's so bad I would not play. But he chose to go ahead and try to play because he wanted to develop a little chemistry, a little rapport, a little vibe with the new guys, especially the old guy, Dwayne Wade. And so LeBron, I watched the whole game. And listen, LeBron looked good in the game. He made 8 out of 13 shots. And he ran up and down the floor. He was explosive as ever. His body looks great. And not once did I see him explode off his ankle and look like he was half a man. Because usually when you're really hurt, you're just limpy and gimpy, and you have no explosion. You can't push off your ankle. There was one play where he thought he should have gotten a call, and he kind of limped under the basket.
Yeah, the wheel.
And then he kind of did his limp back to the bench during the timeout.
Yeah, it did. It hurt.
Okay. And yet he came right back in the game and looked 100% to my eye, and he played not 5 minutes to test it. He played 30 minutes, all the way to the last possession of the third quarter when all 5 starters came out.
Do you want to?
He played 30 minutes. And then, well, wait a second. Then yesterday, Ty Lue announces he's pissed off. It's more hurt than ever. What? What are you doing? Yeah. If it's that hurt, you should have just shut it down until next Tuesday night. But guess what he's doing? He is planting the early excuse just in case Kyrie Irving and his new company, the Boston Celtics, come in on Tuesday night and embarrass the old, battered, beat-up Cleveland Cavaliers.
But what we are doing, if y'all want to see us play Adam Silver, just make sure that line of communication is always open, because it wouldn't bode very well if I were to sit out opening night in a marquee matchup. So just make sure that line of communication between you and I.
Is that a threat?
No! I'm just saying.
Well, here's the point. He's not hurt. He's fine.
He is.
He wouldn't have played if he really had a bad ankle. When has he ever had a bad ankle in his whole career?
A lot of times.
Never.
All those
Never.
games
He's Iron Man. He is. This is the biggest bunch of baloney that they're spewing, and the media just accepts it. Okay, he's pissed off.
Yeah,
he's got a bad ankle. He might not play on opening night. When a bet he plays, I'll bet you a case of he plays.
I bet you a case of they're going to beat the Celtics.
Well, they should.
Why
they're at home.
Why should
they're loaded. I keep hearing how deep they are.
But you say they're old.
Well, they're deep in age.
Okay. Good. So let's bet a case of
Yeah. Well, let's wait until Tuesday. I might just do that. Because did you see those 2 plays Kyrie made in his little preseason game last night?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Kyrie in a minute.
Well, I was thinking maybe we could see him right now.
No, we can't. Fun. No, we can't. We're about to go to break.
Okay. I want to see him.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, wait, just real quick. Look at this finish. Is that not the best finish? That's what's going to be happening Tuesday night in LeBron's house. Look at this. Look at this.
Hey, you know.
Oh, over Dwight Howard.
You remember the last
Wow. Watch this pass. Watch this pass. Tell me he can't play point guard. Watch this. Boom. Is that not LeBron-esque? That was sweet now. That's what's coming on Tuesday night to Cleveland. That's what's coming. And that's why LeBron is saying, I got a bad ankle.
It's going good. I mean, he's going to be passing the ball. But you know, at his heart, you know what he is.
He's a closer.
He's a 2-guard. And he saw what Russell see. Russell upset him because he saw Russell get that triple, get all that love playing solo, so he think he gonna get something. It ain't gonna happen.
You're slipping off the bandwagon already, and it hadn't even started yet.
No. LeBron got this. Yeah. You remember what happened? Hey, ask Andre Iguodala if you try to lay the ball up on LeBron, what'd have happened. You remember that, Skip?
No, ask J.R. Smith. He was the one who started that play.
No,
yeah,
J.R. didn't start nothing.
Yeah. J.R.'s on the bench.
He hesitated him for a second.
Yeah.
You should. Look, it kills me to say it, but Wade is the better choice here.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. Wade averaged 18.3 points and 43.4% shooting.
But he
only missed 22 games last year. JR missed 41 games, shot 35%, and averaged 8.6 points. It was his worst season with the Cavs. Worst season with the Cavs.
No.
Since he's been.
Give me JR, because JR go hit them big clutch threes.
Really?
There's no way
Wade
is going to Cleveland to come off the bench.
Well, then give me
That's why he went to Cleveland.
Exactly, to start. And he should be starting.
We're going to let him start. We're going to let him start for a little while. But I guarantee you, before long, JR going to come into that starting lineup.
Really?
Yes.
Wayne's coming off the bench.
Yes. Now, if I got to put my foot down, I got to put my foot down. Now, I don't want to have to jump off this
all the Kardashian cameras and stuff are in the gym. They're all up in the facility.
Yeah. No, Bron ain't letting that happen.
Yeah, he is.
He is. They're already in there. You don't watch LeBron Snap? You should get on Snapchat.
Hold on.
You should.
Hold on.
Yep.
They got cameras. And
yes. LeBron was snapping it.
You know what? That couldn't fly in a football. Ooh. I wish.
We'll let you get off the bandwagon right now, though, but you got to get off right now.
Are you off?
I wish I'd have been playing and somebody tried to bring some cameras around for some reality TV.
Well, there is a thing called Hard Knocks. Would you have done Hard Knocks?
No, I like Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks was good, but that wasn't about nobody's girlfriend. And I would get some cheese off that, too. They shot me like $25
No mercy.
The NBA season starts in just 5 days. Of course, the biggest story of the offseason was the Kyrie Irving Isaiah Thomas trade. Yesterday, Kyrie threw some shade at his old hometown, saying about Boston, quote, "I'm really playing in a real live sports city." On the other side, Isaiah Thomas keeps talking about the trade, saying none of it makes any sense. It still doesn't make any sense. I'm still asking what the hell happened. It's a trade you make in NBA 2K, not a trade you make in real life. Skip. What's going on with Isaiah and Kyrie?
He's yours now. You realize that.
Oh, you proud of that, huh?
Yeah, you got another problem brewing. So, this is a classic tale of two cities. This is the classic PR handbook on how to and how not to win over your new fan base. You have Kyrie Irving saying all the right things about Boston and its tradition and its sports fans. And you have Isaiah Thomas saying the absolute worst thing that you could say to the fans in Cleveland. Isaiah, you just got to let it go, give it up, make peace with it. Nothing you can say right now will change what has happened. You can say you'll never talk to Danny Ainge again, and it won't change a thing. All you're doing is alienating your new fans in Cleveland, and you're probably starting to annoy your new teammates,
Absolutely.
too. Yeah. So Isaiah continues to say, this isn't the first time, but he keeps saying, this trade makes no sense. It makes perfect sense to me because Isaiah Thomas, when you boil it down, he's a 5'9", ball-hogging, quote-unquote, shoot-first point guard who can be a defensive liability, who had the greenest light in the league in Boston. He was the whole show. He was the man. He was the only star in Boston. And I get it that he's shell-shocked because he's going from I've got it all, playing for a great fandom, historically great fandom in Boston, to I got to try to figure out how to be second fiddle to LeBron James, and I don't think he's loving that. But Danny Ainge just stole Kyrie Irving. What's not to see about that? What doesn't make sense about that? Kyrie Irving is an established superstar with a ring, with the best handle in basketball. No, he's a superstar.
No, he's not.
He's super.
No, he's not.
He closed for LeBron James. That's all you need to know. That's how you get the super in front of your name.
No.
When you make the shot to win the series against the Golden State Warriors in the greatest comeback ever in the finals, when you make that shot, you're a superstar.
No. So I guess Eli Manning is elite then. Because he made the throw.
No,
ain't no what everybody. I'm talking about what
but at least Kyrie keeps backing it up during the regular season. Who made the shot of shots on Christmas Day last year to beat Golden State in that big Christmas Day matchup at Cleveland?
Well, who made the throw in the Super Bowl? Hit David Tyree.
Yeah.
He hit Mario Manningham.
Yeah. Well, whose team has missed the playoffs 7 of the last 9 years?
No,
Eli's.
well, let me go. Let me go. First of all, let me.
Wait. I haven't finished yet. Do I get to speak?
You just been speaking for the last 5 minutes.
5 minutes? It was like a minute and 25 seconds. Kyrie Irving said, look, I want to make it clear. I like the city of Cleveland. Every time I go there, I have a good time because I think it's really great. I like the people there. Yeah. We took our show there. Yeah. They were nothing but great. And they know I don't love LeBron, but they accept it. They're good people. But Boston's a great city, too. I know it's got its problems, but has great tradition, and they are great Celtics fans there. And so Kyrie's just saying, Cleveland's in my rear view, man. I'm here, what do you call it, a real live sport? I mean, it's a little over the top, but you don't think that's going to play great with those Celtic fans? You don't think he's already lighting up that garden? Way to go, Kyrie.
Kyrie, we get it. Cleveland has not enjoyed the success that Boston has over the last 20 years as far as sports. 5 Super Bowls, 3 World Series, and a hockey at Stanley Cup in 2011 with the Bruins.
You looked that up.
I get impressive. It. No, I don't need to look that up. We get it. Cleveland, the Browns, come on. But the fans are still loyal.
They are.
Now, this is what we know. The fans in New England, they became loyal. They forget what it was like in the 80s and the 90s. I don't forget because I played there when it was the old stadium, even with Mr. Kraft on it, and they played in front of 40,000. And it was like 20,000 would show up. So I get it, Kyrie. You're in Boston, you're happy now. Keep it. Just keep it moving. You're happy, realize, boy, okay, let's see what happens when you go into that shooting slump and they call you to, you know what Boston, what they're capable of doing. We're going to see how much you love that real sports city then. Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense. Danny Ainge told you with this trade that he believes Kyrie Irving is more capable of getting them to and taking them where they need to be than you.
He is.
What made it so abundantly clear to me, the one pick that Danny Ainge was unwilling to relinquish for Paul George, for Jimmy Butler, he gladly and willingly gave it up for Kyrie Irving.
And he should have.
Isaiah, let me tell you something, and this is what I tell all athletes. If you make a decision to play and you're injured, or you make a decision to play and you're going through something personally, that is your decision. Remember, that is your decision. And I hate using the term always and every, but an NBA team or a sports team, be it NBA, Stanley, hockey, football, baseball, they will always do what's in the best interest of their team. Danny Ainge believed, Isaiah, this was in the best interest of the team. You made your decision. And I get all this where, I was injured and I'm going through something. I get it. And I'm sorry that you had to go through what you went through with your sister. But when you made that decision, you can't have revisionist history. You can't have buyer's remorse because they're always going to do what's best for their team. You need to let it go, bro. Let it go. It is over with. No matter what you say, 2K, this trade makes sense. If you don't ever speak to Danny Ainge again, you think Danny Ainge loses any sleep? No. It's making you look bad. I know it hurts. I know it hurts because when the Broncos didn't re-sign me in the 2006, Skip, I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. 7 straight Pro Bowls, 4 first-team All-Pro in the last 5 years, led the team in receiving 7 of the 9 years. I'm like, whoa, wait.
Stats he's got.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa, hold on, what's going on here? Skip. They wanted to move on. So guess what? I had to go get my stuff. I had to keep it moving.
Yeah. I
ain't got no hostility.
Were you not a little beat up by that point in your career?
I wasn't beat up. Ask Ravens. That was big play. Shay was born. They just need to dust me off, Skip. I still work just fine. Change the batteries.
But they did have to dust you off.
Dust me. They blew the dust off. Hey, go get the plays.
You made one play.
No, I made a bunch of plays.
Oakland play.
I made a bunch of plays. You got to see the one against the Broncos. Caught the tip, went 58 on them. Then I caught the play. We was down 7-0 in Tennessee. Snuck behind.
How do you remember this stuff? Like it was yesterday.
Caught a 57-yarder, took it down to the one Jamal.
You need to give it up.
No, Skip. Skip. What does Isaiah, by talking about this, Skip, what does he hope to accomplish?
He left his heart in Boston. It's clear.
Yeah.
And you just can't express your heart. And he also is forgetting the fact that he is potentially damaged goods.
Yes.
And I hope he's okay, but it doesn't sound great.
Yes.
Because once you got the hip, you know, it's hard to heal the hip.
When you make a decision to play injured or you're going through something personally, that is your decision.
It is.
Now remember, the team's going to do what's best for them. Even if he was healthy, even if he had signed out, if this deal comes along for them to get Kyrie, they get it. They're making this deal, Skip. It's simple. Isaiah, they think Kyrie Irving is a better player than you, and he can take them further than you can. I don't really, what else you need to see?
Now, that's it. And furthermore, bottom line, Isaiah Thomas wants max money. And Danny Ainge was stuck with the lone star who wants max money. And I promise
5'7".
that's and that Danny Ainge was losing sleep over that because he's saying, I can't do this. And all of a sudden, Cleveland's going to take my problem off my hands, the injury and the max contract off my hands.
And if how do I can give him, Skip, how you give him $200 million? Well, what you building around?
He's yours now.
We're gonna make the best of the situation. We're gonna make the best of this situation this year. We're gonna be in the finals.
You're having a rough day.
Yeah, man. What really got me upset is these cameras. I ain't know nothing about no Kardashian was filming in the locker room.
Yeah.
Who allowed this to happen?
It was on his Instagram.
Hold on,
It wasn't on his Snapchat.
Did LeBron sign off on this? Who signed off on it?
Yes, he did, because it's in the facility. We know that's LeBron's facility.
Hey, LeBron loves the camera.
He don't love no camera.
Yeah, he does.
It's in the weight room. You gotta do your curls around the cameras.
I just want to know who signed off on this. If Dan Gilbert signed off on this,
LeBron runs the franchise. He's the head coach. He's the GM.
why would LeBron sign off on this?
Because he loves the attention.
Because it's you have to feed the excuse machine.
There ain't no excuses. I got enough of them. I'm about to be out, Skip.
Ooh.
I'm about to be out.
This is great.
It's not great.
Good day on Undisputed.
I cannot believe he allowed them to film that show up in there. I ain't got no problem with them. But just keep your show in Calabasas or wherever, your little store or wherever you shoot at. But keep it away from us.
Nope.
LeBron, you need to put your foot down. You need to talk to Double T. You need to call him in your office and talk to him.
I thought last year was going to be pretty petty, but this might be the pettiest NBA season of all time. Yeah. With Russ and Durant and Kyrie and JR.
Isaiah.
Wade and Isaiah.
And LeBron just gonna, keep his head down, just keep grinding.
Oh, yeah.
LeBron got them blinders on.
But there's one team that never has any issues. They just keep their nose to the grindstone and they just keep on.
That broccoli?
Yeah, the Spurs. They never have any issues.
I don't care.
Everybody loves everybody.
You can add cheese. You can add whatever. You can put bacon in it. You can do whatever you want to. It's still broccoli. They're still the Spurs.
It's delicious.
You know what? What's the best food in the world for somebody? It's broccoli.
Chicken breast.
Broccoli.
Eggs.
It's nature's most perfect food is broccoli. It
was concocted. They made it in a lab somewhere.
Oh, no.
Not.
That's cauliflower.
We know how I feel about Cleveland, but I will say Cleveland has real sports fans.
Yes.
You have to be a loyal fan to cheer for the Browns every day.
Yes.
Hey. Today, you'd have to be a loyal fan to hang with the Indians after the way they came up small in that series.
Well, yeah.
But the Browns, they're going to have 75,000. Skip, they hadn't won anything in a very, very long time. Haven't even been close to winning.
No.
Deep.
They're very diehard fans there. But I get it, Kyrie.
No mercy.
Thanks for listening to the Undisputed Podcast. I'm Joy Taylor. Join us again same time tomorrow morning, 9:30 Eastern. We'll see you then.
Fox Sports. One of one.